Hi everyone. So today in this class we'll discuss more about the Docker files. So how we can create the Docker file and how many arguments we can write inside the Docker file and what is the difference between these arguments like cmd versus entry point and add versus copy command. So most of the guys are confused with in Docker file arguments. So I'll tell you everything from the sketch level. So before moving to the creation of Docker file, I'll tell you first what Docker is. So guys, Docker, using Docker, you can actually host your application, your microservices in the form of containers. Okay. So for that purpose, you need to install the Docker on the top of your host operating system. Let's say this is your machine. So in this machine, you need to install the Docker on the top of your host operating system. So these are the things, these app 1, app B, app C, app D and app E is running in the form of the containers. So if you want to make that container, you need to first write a Docker file. Using this Docker file, you need to write a Docker image, then you need to create the containers. So this container is nothing, it is just running instance of this Docker image, and this Docker image is like this Docker image will create using the Docker file. So what is actually Docker file is? So Docker file is a text file where we can create our own Docker images. It means in the doc text file we'll actually write some layers, we'll write some steps by which when we'll create a Docker image, that Docker image just read that layers and it will create a Docker image. So Docker file, basically you can tell them that in using Docker file you will create your own custom image. Let's say you are going to deploy your Java based microservices. So how you are deploying the Java based microservices in the simple virtual machine, you will using that way you will write a Docker file. What is the libraries, okay, what is the packages you need to install, everything you will write in the Docker file. So guys, how you can install the Docker file, what is that documents you need to pass in the Docker file, I'll discuss from the scratch. So you can see here, first arguments means from. So when you are going to create Docker file, first you need to write the from only. So this is the first argument, from. So it will tell which base image you are going to use to create a Docker file. Base image means you are going to create this Docker image and Docker container in the top of any operating system like Ubuntu base or Pine or any Java JDK. So you will discuss here. So this is the main thing of your Docker image. So every time Docker file will start from the from image. Then run. Second argument is called run. So let's say if you are going to host any microservices, any application, anything, you need to install something. If I'm talking about the Java base, so you need to install the Java on the in the Docker container, okay, in the form of Docker image. So here, whatever the things you want to install inside the container, you will write here. So run and the installation name apt-get install or yum install. Like this way, you will just pass the command. So it will install the libraries and packages which is necessary to build your application. Then working directory. Working directory is nothing, just a folder location. Let's say you want to copy some file from host to inside your container. So you can either create a directory, working directory name. If you will not create, Docker container itself create the working directory if you define anything. Okay. Then fourth thing is like copy and add command. Okay. So what is the difference between copy and command? First, I'll tell you what is copy. Let's say you have copy means you are copying some file or folder from the host to inside the containers. Okay, from the host to container means this is your host, here to there you need to copy some folder or file using copy command. And means let's say you are going to I'll tell you this example here. Let's say you are going to deploy any Java based microservices as a container. So what you will do is first you will use git pull or git clone. So your all code will come into the host operating system. So you need to copy that code, you need to copy the jar file inside the container. So you in this case you will use copy command, so that you can copy the jar from your local to from your host to inside the container. Then same thing also, add is also do the same thing, but the difference is between copy and add is, like if you want to install, if you want to download something from the internet, okay, as a URL, so in you will use add command. So add will download some package from the internet, and it will zip and unzip whatever the units required. But using copy command you cannot do this. After that, environment arguments come. So what is environment? Using environment you can set some environment value of that inside the container. Let's say any database username, password, okay, database name, ease of thing you can do using environment name. MySQL database, MySQL username, IP addresses, so it will be set as an environment variable here. Then CMD and entry point. Then like copy and add, this is the same, you can see the same. So CMD and entry point. CMD, like let's say you have created a container, but what output you want from the container, you can define using CMD. Let's say you have Java based microservice, you want Java hyphen jar and jar file name. So you, when you perform this command, output will come from the container. So you will write that command using CMD. Okay, this CMD will execute at the Docker container runtime, and the entry point will do the same thing. Using entry point you can also do the same thing, but the difference between CMD and entry point is like CMD we can overwrite, entry point we cannot overwrite. I'll also give this, I'll do hands on this, okay, after this. So so how you can do this, like CMD I'll tell you. Let's say you are in testing stage, you want to change the commands, you want to change something, you want to change the command each and every time. So in this case you will use CMD, okay. Entry point, let's say you are running something in production, and you in production, you know, we will not change anything. So in the production environment use entry point. In a dev environment you can use CMD, but entry point is more trustable. Then expose. So where your expose means, this is the port where which is your where your application is running. Let's say developer have written some Java based microservice, in the code level they have given port 8080. So the same port you will also write here. Either you can also guide the developers that write some port, whatever you will define the Docker file, you can guide the developer that the developers write this port inside your application or in the microservices. This is all about Docker file creation, okay. And there are so many other arguments, but these are the main arguments which everyone is using right now: from, run, working directory, copy versus add, entry, environment variable, CMD, entry point, expose port, okay. But guys, if you still want to know more about the argument, just please comment in the comment box. If you have any questions, comment. So yeah, so we'll go and we'll create the Docker file, and we'll do the hands-on now. So guys, if you see here, I already told you your Docker file will start from the from image, from argument. So from, and I am using this as an image. So this is called as a base image. This is your base image, okay. So I'm going to install, I'm going to copy, I'm going to everything on the base image, on this image, okay. So all the things, everything below this from will be run in the base image only. So this is your base image. So I have used base image Alpine 3.4. So run. So this is a run. So I'm updating first this Alpine, then I'm installing the curl command, then I'm installing the git command. So guys, this is Alpine. If you are using Ubuntu, so you will use apt-get update, apt-get install curl, apt-get install git. But this is Alpine, so here apk will work. After that, I'm copying something from the local to the hosts, local to container, inside the container. So how we can do this, I'll tell you. One second, let me copy this, so this is my command, this is my server. Wait for a minute. So I'll clear it. So I'll go as a root. So your Docker file name would be only Docker file. There is no such like you have written Jenkins Docker file 1 or Docker file. It will not work. Your Docker file name would be only Docker file, okay. No Docker file 1, no Docker file 2, okay. No Docker, only Docker file. So just I'm creating a I'm going to create a Docker file. Okay, I'll paste this thing here. Pasting has will happen. So I'll save it. Then after that, I'll also write some copies. Guys, you can see in the host operating system, I have a this file called engines.yaml file. So what I'll do, I'll copy this inside the container. So how we can do this? Just do docker file and use copy command. You know the name of the file was is it like docker nginx. So I'll copy a directory called. If this is not created, by default Docker will create. Right now I haven't created this directory, but Docker file will create it. Okay, so nginx, inside this nginx I'll copy the nginx.yaml. So copy it, and this is, so you have Docker file. So you, this is the command by which you can build the Docker file, docker build -t and dot, because your Docker file location is now where I'm performing this command. So it will read all the instruction which we have given in the Docker file. So now click this docker t and a name of the image. So I'm giving the name of the image is nginx 123 and dot. So you can see here Docker file has been created as nginx 123. Docker images, if you'll see, I've just created the image. So I'm going to create a container using this way. So docker run -it and the image name. So right, if you perform this, you are inside the container now, guys. You can see here you are now inside the container. This is your container, not your host. So right now, if you perform ls, and if you perform, you can see here directory has been created, whatever we have written in the Docker file. So if you go inside the directory, you can see here nginx.yaml is copied from the host to your inside the container. So this is the container. I am in interactive mode, that's why I came inside the container directly. So if you want to go out from the container, so just perform exit command. So this is how we can copy some file from the host to inside the container. So I'll tell you difference between cmd and entry point. Let's say how we can do this. Docker file, let's say I want some output from the docker container. So I'll first write cmd. It should be in caps letter, guys. Cmd. I want echo. I want some output like hello from docker container. So when you will run the container, then this command will be executed at the time of container running. So and then you need to again build the docker image. Docker building will again happen. Then again docker run -it and image name nginx123. You can see you are getting hello from the docker image. Okay, you can see you are getting hello from the docker image, and you have written cmd. So if you want to overwrite, how you can overwrite, just perform this command. No need to go in the change in the docker file using cmd. Just pass the command here, echo hello from alpine. So right now you can see here, guys, you are getting different output, hello from alpine. It means if you'll see docker file again, in the docker file I have written hello from the docker container, but right now I'm getting hello from alpine. So it means we can override that cmd, but we'll write docker file again, and we'll pass the entry point. We'll pass the entry point here, entrypoint, entry point, control x, and then again you need to build the docker image. Docker build -t nginx123 and dot. You can see here, and now if you'll run the container using that image, docker run in the interactive mode and nginx12 image name, you are getting the output hello from the docker container. I'm going to override this hello echo hello from alpine. You can see here you can see, guys, here we are getting the same output. We are not getting the hello from alpine. So it means we cannot override the entry point. So always use entry point in the production environment, and you can use cmd in the dev environment. It is not necessary, but you can use, but don't use cmd in the production environment. Okay. Okay, thank you so much guys, and please subscribe my channel for the further update. Thank you so much guys for watching this video.